Welcome to Grand Prix, your go-to channel for the fastest updates in Formula One. We've got 3 hot stories for you, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay ahead of the pack. Let's get started.
This week, the FIA stared at Cantrou by introducing stricter rules on the conduct of drivers and team members, enforcing significantly tougher penalties for violations. Repeat offenders face escalating punishments, with sanctions ranging from steep fines for minor offenses to suspensions from multiple races and even the deduction of championship points. These measures have the potential to directly impact title fights and race results, heightening the stakes for everyone involved. The new regulations explicitly ban drivers and team members from criticizing decisions made by FIA leadership, including race officials and stewards. Additionally, the FIA sought to restrict drivers' language during official events, limiting their ability to express frustration or dissent. Over recent years, drivers have been increasingly vocal in their criticism of FIA decisions and its president, Mohammed Ben Sulayem. This latest move appears to be a direct response to that growing trend. As expected, these rules have triggered a wave of backlash. According to a BBC report, the discontent isn't limited to teams and drivers, it has also spread within the FIA itself. Several FIA members have voiced their opposition, describing the new rules as ridiculous and criticizing Ben Sulayem for acting unilaterally. Some members have even accused him of displaying authoritarian behavior, claiming he is making decisions without considering differing opinions from within the organization or the broader motorsport community. Further details from the BBC reveal that the approval process for these new rules bypassed standard protocols. Instead of consulting stakeholders like the Grand Prix drivers, Association, GPDA, or discussing the changes at a World Motorsport Council meeting, a quick electronic vote was conducted among select FIA members. This abrupt process has only added to the perception of a lack of transparency and fairness in implementing the new regulations. With pre-season testing used over a month away, the timing of these changes has added to the tension. The FIA now faces a precarious situation, with widespread dissatisfaction brewing both internally and externally. Starting such a crucial season under these circumstances could strain relationships between the FIA, drivers, and teams, possibly overshadowing the sport in action. Whether the governing body can mend these divides and restore trust remains to be seen. The controversy has raised important questions about the direction of Formula 1 governance. Are these new measures necessary to maintain professionalism and respect within the sport, or are they an overreach that stifles free expression and accountability? Critics argue that the rules create a restrictive environment where drivers and teams feel misled, unable to openly discuss decisions that affect their careers and the sport's integrity. Meanwhile, supporters of the new rules suggest that stricter conduct guidelines could reduce unnecessary distractions and maintain a level of professionalism befitting the global spotlight of Formula 1. However, the manner in which these changes were introduced, without consultation or broader consensus, has left many questioning the FIA's leadership and decision-making process. As the 2024 season approaches, eyes will be on how the FIA navigates this challenging situation. Will the governing body revise its approach, or will it push ahead despite the criticism? And how will the drivers, many of whom are known for their outspoken nature, adapt to the new rules? The answers to these questions could define the upcoming season and set a precedent for the future of Formula 1. What's your opinion? Are these new regulations a necessary step to maintain order, or do they risk turning Formula 1 into a controlled environment that stifles individuality? Share your thoughts and join the conversation. The 2025 Formula 1 season is just around the corner, and the excitement is building as teams and drivers gear up for the challenges ahead. Among the most significant changes this year is Lewis Hamilton's high profile move from Mercedes to Ferrari. Fans are eagerly anticipating the sight of the 7-time world champion donning the iconic red of the Scuderia for the first time. This week promises tokens that anticipation, as Hamilton has already arrived at Ferrari's headquarters in Maranello to kick off his journey with the legendary team. On Monday, as scheduled, Hamilton was spotted entering the Ferrari factory, accompanied by his personal team and a security detail. Known for his bold fashion choices, Hamilton opted for a more formal look this time, arriving in a suit and tie, signaling the seriousness of the day ahead. His schedule is packed with meetings focused on the strategic planning for the 2025 season. Attendees include Ferrari's team principal and several newly recruited key members who have joined the team this year to bolster its chances of success. Manda also marks Hamilton's first interaction with Ferrari's machinery. He set to spend time in the team's state-of-the-art simulator, familiarizing himself with the car and its systems. This preparation will lead up to a critical milestone later this week, his debut being the wheel of a Ferrari on the track. Scheduled tests at Fiorano circuit will provide Hamilton with the opportunity to experience the car's capabilities firsthand and adapt to its nuances. These sessions will also serve as a chance for him to build rapport with his new race engineer and the team of mechanics who will support him throughout the season. Hamilton is expected to hit the track on Wednesday, piloting either the 2022 F1 75 or the 2023 SF 23, depending on weather conditions. These cars will give him a solid foundation to understand the team's performance trajectory and begin fine-tuning his driving style to match Ferrari's setup. The weather will play a crucial role in ensuring these plans proceed smoothly, but both Hamilton and Ferrari are keen to make the most of this critical pre-season period. Looking ahead, Hamilton will travel to Barcelona next week for an extended testing program. Over the course of 3 days, he will clock up to 1,000 kilometers, as permitted by the regulations, driving previous generation Ferrari cars. These additional sessions will allow him to further refine his approach and gain valuable insights into how to maximize the car's potential under varying conditions. For Ferrari and Hamilton, this marks the beginning of a new chapter. While Hamilton's arrival has sparked a wave of optimism among the tifosi, the 2025 season will undoubtedly be a challenging one. The team is determined to break its championship drought, and Hamilton's experience and skill will be critical to achieving that goal. However, the question remains, will this partnership bring a resurgence of glory for Ferrari, or will Hamilton face a steep uphill battle as he adjusts to his new team? As the season approaches, expectations are running high. Will Hamilton's move to Ferrari prove to be a masterstroke, or will it come with its share of struggles? Share your thoughts. Do you foresee trying for challenges ahead for Hamilton in red? The countdown to the season's start has begun, and the world is watching. The FIA sparked significant controversy this week by tightening its rules regarding drivers, language, statements, and behavior, introducing harsh penalties for those who step out of line. These penalties range from hefty fines for minor infractions to multi-race suspensions and even point deductions from the championship standings. Essentially, drivers now risk losing valuable championship points if they fail to adhere to the stricter guidelines. Complaints about FIA decisions or race officials, as well as any conduct deemed inappropriate, can now lead to severe consequences, leaving little room for public criticism from drivers or teams. This move has naturally triggered a heated debate. Are these new measures justified in maintaining order, or do they go too far, restricting the drivers' freedom to voice legitimate concerns? While fans and insiders debate this shift, don't forget to subscribe to our updates and share your thoughts below about whether the FIA is overstepping its bounds or making a necessary change. Unsurprisingly, the FIA's decision has not been well received. Reports suggest that even within the FIA, dissent is brewing. Critics have accused FIA President Mohammed Ben Sulayem of acting unilaterally, likening his approach to that of a dictator imposing decisions without adequate consultation. According to some insiders, Ben Sulayem believes the FIA is there to create rules, and neither the drivers nor anyone else should interfere with or question those decisions. This growing dissatisfaction reached a peak following the end of the previous season, when drivers collectively filed a formal complaint against the FIA's increasingly restrictive policies. Now, recent reports from the Telegraph reveal that nearly all drivers are unified in opposing these new measures. Private discussions among the drivers, conducted through their shared group chats, indicate deep concerns about the direction the FIA is taking. Among those most vocal about the new rules is running champion Max Verstappen. According to the Telegraph, Verstappen has shown significant frustration with the FIA's approach, particularly after being fined last year for using a profanity during a press conference. In response, he boycotted official interviews for several races and openly criticized the FIA and its president. Verstappen even stated last year that if the FIA continued its trend of micromanaging drivers, actions and words, it would drain the fan out of Formula 1, leading him to consider leaving the sport altogether. This sentiment has reportedly resurfaced, with the Telegraph suggesting that Verstappen might seriously revisit the idea of early retirement depending on how the situation unfolds this season. Despite being under contract with Red Bull until 2028 and generating interest from several other teams, Verstappen has made it clear that his enjoyment of the sport, and his willingness to remain, depends on how the FIA addresses these growing concerns. If the governing body don't adjust its stance, the possibility of Verstappen leaving Formula 1 prematurely might become a reality. While some believe Verstappen's retirement threats could be a strategic way to pressure the FIA into reconsidering its policies, others worry it could signal a genuine turning point. If the sport's most dominant driver were to leave due to dissatisfaction with these new rules, it would mark a significant blow to Formula 1. The FIA's approach has already caused widespread unrest, and with the 2024 season fast approaching, these new measures could create more headaches for the organization before a single car hits the track. For now, Verstappen has not made an official statement about these developments, so it remains to be seen whether his earlier comments will translate into action. What's clear, however, is that these stricter regulations are poised to stir up plenty of drama in the coming weeks, with the FIA facing immense scrutiny from both inside and outside the paddock. What do you think? Could Verstappen truly follow through on his threats to leave Formula 1, or are his statements a calculated move to put pressure on the FIA? Share your thoughts and join the discussion as the countdown to the new season begins.